translation, and I only used the 2 words. So I might be missing something from that. But wind was most, M-O-S-S-T, I believe. So I did that, and then Drauka. Because, I mean, obviously.
So he basically made Zedd and D&D.
Pretty much. And he's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyways. He growls that Anne has broke the truce, and in doing so, he has condemned any sister found in the Midlands to death on sight. Lightning shoots up from his hands, and he tells her she is now in enemy territory and upwind
of death.
I was going to say, I kind of wish that you would have said a lot of that more in like a... you know, because that's how I imagined it in my head. And I don't think that I guess I didn't listen to this one. I think I just read this chapter. I don't think I listened to it on Audible. So I don't know. Did he get all growly when he said that in the Audible book?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. The guy's voice is already naturally deep.
Yeah.
So I think that lends to it. But if you want, I can run something through the mixer and make it extra badass.
I'm just saying, I picture Zedd, because Zedd's at like his tippy top pissed right now. He's like done. He's like, fuck you, broke the truth. Like, he doesn't like to kill people anyways. And he's like, I'm gonna kill any sister I fucking see, and so is anybody else. And this is like the second time that when he says something, like lightning happens and like, you know, spiritual shit. Not really spiritual, but you know what I mean? Like, ground changing shit happens when he makes like a announcement like this. So
yeah, he's first wizard. What he says has some fucking weight.
I was gonna say it's first wizard or
bells
wizard
out
of the first order.
Spells out, baby.
Yeah. So is this like a decree, like an official decree that goes out and that everyone knows because he's the first wizard, or?
Let's just say I don't think he's lying.
No.
You know?
I agree. I'm curious if that makes it like a magically bound contract or some shit when he does that type of thing. Because it's interesting. Like, fucking lightning, man. He just like made a promise to the sky.
Yeah, you can't really promise lightning if you can't actually deliver lightning.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He also warns her that if she brings him to the Palace of the Prophets, he will lay waste to it. She weirdly says, don't make promises you can't keep. Ah, see? With the thing. Anyways, instead of questioning it, Zedd just says, fucking try me. Okay. We'll see, won't we?
Which, I mean, is always a great way to respond when somebody tries to say something like that. But I thought it was just weird. Like, I'm talking about destroying your home, and you just made a comment that makes it seem like you're okay with that. So, should we explore that? Are you do you want me to destroy them?
We can skip all of this shit. I can conjure up something from here. I don't even got to go there with you guys. Let me just do this right quick.
Yeah, or... okay, if that's the plan, give me 5 seconds. Let me go talk to Richard. I'm gonna tell him some shit, and then I'll run with you. Like, cool. We'll be great. This is gonna be awesome. I'll destroy... it's gonna be great. I'm gonna, like, fireball the shit out of the Palace of the Prophets. It'll be epic. But, real quick, just let me do my stuff. We can have a good cooperative situation.
Yeah, we can make it work.
But don't keep secrets. So, like, I feel like you're keeping a secret when you say things like that.
Well, especially while they're getting ready to go, and Anne's got her small smile.
Yeah! Which...
like, what? Tell me, what?
Which also makes me feel like...
I'm gonna find out.
The comments that she was making earlier that seemed like they were trying to lighten the mood, but had the exact opposite effect. It makes me think, like, maybe she was actually trying to goad him into getting pissed. Because she wants an angry, pissed-off wizard to come behind her at the palace?
Well, we do know that there's been a prophecy that talks about the destruction of the Palace of the Prophets.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
And she seemed happy about it. So, I guess that was just my thought, that now at this point it seems like she's just trying to piss him off as much as she can before bringing him back to the palace and making him destroy it.
Literally poking the bear.
Yeah, literally.
And then throwing a ham in a tent and saying, go get it, boy.
Right.
Yeah. Well, fuck, she is effective.
Well, we know that. And can do some shit.
Speaking of doing some shit, Jane,
What's that?
I'm sorry. Did I let that one just hang in the air?
Yeah, maybe
too
a little
long?
bit. I was like, is it?
Is this still podcast stuff? Or...
Yeah.
I think it's time for the beer break.
You know, I was thinking it was a really good time for that too, because like we're transitioning to another character, so we should transition to another beer.
It's the oh shit, you're good. Oh, that's why you're the face, baby.
Or the voice?
Yeah. I only have a face for radio. It ain't me. I know that. So today we are having a beer that we've had many times before. This is None of Your Business Peanut Butter Stout from Grand Armory Brewing in Grand Haven, Michigan.
It's a really good beer.
Damn good beer. This is a staple.
I will say the main reason that we have it currently is A, we haven't had a chance to go to a good place for beer, and B, okay, this is a private thing, not private, but like a personal, like, we have a local grocery store here. It's called Meijer. I don't know if most of you will have known what that is. I'm sure you have your own local grocery stores. Like, they just remodeled it. It's one of the oldest in forever, and it's been super fucking annoying to have them remodel it. The only shining part at the end of this for me has been that they were going to redo the beer aisle, and I was going to be so excited because every other Meijer's in our area has like fucking amazing craft brew selections, and some of them even have a little kegerator that you can fill growlers with.
Yeah, the growler station.
Mm-hmm.
I was super excited about that.
Ours
was being the key word.
Does not. Yeah. And it has less of a craft beer section than it had before the remodel. Now they're also going to put doors in and make you buy your booze before you leave the area, and it's mostly a wine thing, and I'm pissed. So, this was the best that we got from there. And I love it, okay? Like you said, it's one of the staples. I will drink it again and again and again.
No, this beer has nothing to do with any of that. This beer is perfect.
But Meijer's has let me down. And so I know none of you probably care about that. I just had to share that with somebody because I am distressed.
Well, it just means we got to drive a little further for our beer. As luck would have it, there is a craft beer and liquor store between work and home.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. Because not between my work and home.
Might have to get into that resource, you know what I'm saying?
It also means that I'm just going to have to drink another beer to calm down. So, this is delicious. We've talked about it before. If you haven't heard about it, it's 5% and awesome. And if you can get it. I'm going to get another one. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. And we join Verna waking up in a very fucking similar way to Zedd. She's also in a collar, but she's alone in a dark room, naked, and almost entirely cut off from her gift. Okay? She lights a candle and realizes that she is in one of those rooms in the infirmary, which are amazingly like a jail cell.
It's where the prisoners go to the hospital. You're handcuffed to the bed, essentially. I don't think she is.
No, but we saw Simona. She's in a similar situation to Simona, which is not great for her. Noticing the Radahan, she panics. She starts, like, fucking clawing at it and going nuts. And she suddenly has this, like, really cold realization of what the boys and, like, her friends had to feel when she put them in those collars and tortured them. Kind of.
Yeah, anytime she made them do something with the collar,
or gave
it must
them pain.
have been pure terror for them, and all of that weight is sitting squarely on her shoulders right now. Like, holy shit, this is actually awful.
Yeah, this feels like being a prisoner, and I am, and this is fucked up. This is really fucked up, guys. And so she's feeling like shit, and she also realizes that the prelate's ring is no longer on her finger. So that's, I mean, it's just thing after thing. Things are not going great for Verna right now. And after she briefly tries to get out of the door, before she realizes that this is pointless, it's wasting my effort, Simona was trying to get out the door too. She couldn't get out. She ends up checking her clothes. She has a little, like, moment of reason, and she sees her docker's gone. But luckily, After searching everything, she finds that they didn't discover the journey book in the hidden pocket in her belt.
I mean, okay, we've talked about this before. How big is the book? How small is the belt? Or flip those around, you understand what I mean. Like, there's got to be something there. I think we landed on extra wide belt, like, looks like a fashion belt, maybe. And the book tucks in there, but I feel like somebody would be able to find that. If she was being searched that much to where they're taking her shit.
By people with magic.
She's naked and they took everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they didn't search her clothes. That, I guess, would be the thing. It wasn't on her, though.
I guess, yeah, it's weird because the assumption is that she's probably wearing a dress of some sort, so she probably doesn't have that many places to hide things anyways.
Yeah.
And so you take off her clothes and you pick up the belt and you'd go, this is weirdly heavy.
Right?
And then you flip it over and you'd be like, that's a weird scene. Like, but apparently not. Apparently they did not look at the belt or something and they did not discover it, as luck would have it. And this is great for Verna because now she has a way to communicate. After she calms down, she has a moment finding it, being like, oh fuck, at least I have something, okay? She calms down, she gets dressed, eats a bit, no longer naked and hungry, and she feels a little less like a, sad prisoner. And she starts trying to remember what the fuck happened to get her in the cell. She saw Leoma in her office, along with 3 sisters she couldn't see in the dark. Leoma had already been on the suspected SOD list, that's Sisters of the Dark, and now she's been, promptly put on for sure is a Sister of the Dark list.
This is a definite for sure yes.
Yes.
This one's bad.
Now she's adding Dulcie and Phoebe, even though she kind of doesn't want to because they fucking let them in against her orders.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know if it's a stretch for her to assume that those 2 are Sisters of the Dark. Maybe they were overpowered. Maybe not.
I think Dulcie is for sure.
Yeah, well, and we do know that, chapters ago, just the way they behaved every time she walked in the room, they were up to something. They had to have been.
Their nonverbal cues were just giving off all sorts
all
of signs.
Those vibes.
Yeah.
Those weren't in there to misdirect you. That's actually what was going on.
So Verna thinks about taking the risk and writing to Anne because it is risky to take out the journey book and have anybody come in and see her. But she can't think of how she would tell Anne that she fucking failed and is now unable to do anything about it. She kind of figured out who some of the sisters were and who some of them weren't, but she can't tell anybody and she's imprisoned. So she knows she needs to get out or all the sisters aren't going to know they have to escape before Jagain gets there and they're going to be doomed. And that's pretty much where we're left with Verna. We aren't really left with a great, solution or anything. They just kind of, drop you off at the end of it.
Right. Well, and last we knew, Anne was planning on Verna to have this shit done.
Yeah, she's like, hope she has it under control.
Yeah. Well, this went fucking crazy. Hopefully she's having a better time. No, she's not.
Not even a little.
The whole plan went to shit. And the guy at the center of all of it is totally unaware at this point that any of it went bad.
And honestly, if we're being realistic here, even if Verna alerts Anne, apparently there's no means of sending fucking letters in this area of any kind. So nobody's gonna know before Verna and Anne get back. Or no, before Anne and Nathan and Zedd get back anyways. Because nobody sends a fucking letter. She could send Anne and be like, Anne, I need help. I'm stuck in a fucking prison cell. And Anne would be like, okay, cool, but, nothing we can do till we get there.
Right.
Which is, that boggles me.
They use runners. They hand it to a guy and they say, go!
Yeah, I just don't get why there's not more of that. There should be more of that. Disposable soldiers running around the fucking map.
At every corner, pass this along.
Seriously.
Playing the world's longest game of telephone. Do not fuck this up. It goes to Lord Rawl. If we screw it up, you die. That's the only catch.
Or pigeons. We don't have... anyways. So, at this point, we leave Verna, and we jump to Richard as he is jumping from yet another horse. we get a quick little moment of him almost stupidly tying the horse to the portcullis.